Let's go.
Well, Mr. Kennedy offered his blood to the Viet Cong, so we were here to take all his blood. We think he should donate all his blood.
There's all water in his veins.
Quite frankly, what did that prove? Well, the point is,
it proved that you walked in the front door with a stretcher and a white coat on that you rented. What else did it prove?
No, if we could get to Mr. Kennedy, he offered to donate blood to the Viet Cong. So we consider that a man in a position he's in as Senator of the United States that says that he wants to donate blood to the enemies of this country and the murderers of his brother, then we think he should donate all of it.
You're putting me on.
I am quite serious. The man
you weren't
is a
very
traitor.
serious in there. They suggested you couldn't go in. You came right back out. I suggested perhaps you
Well,
weren't really convinced you were going in.
there's a point of this. Are we going to get to Mr. Kennedy? No. And if you push it, there's arrest, correct?
That's
You
your
made our
problem.
point. Our point is that we want to show the people that Mr. Kennedy, if he wants to donate his blood, there's the people willing to take that blood and send it to the Viet Cong, all of his blood, because it's treason, period. You never found that in the Second World War. They were taking you out and strung you up. So it's ridiculous to
Well, outside
have
of a
it here.
little press coverage tonight, did you accomplish anything?
We accomplished the point of getting across to people.
Well, Mr. Kennedy
who
didn't
observe.
see you, sir. Did you
Mr. Kennedy
accomplish
will
anything?
find out about it. I'm quite sure of that.
Do you think the senator from New York really cares what you did tonight?
Well, the senator of New York, he don't seem to care about the American boys fighting there. And if...
you talked with him about this?
No, I haven't.
I see.
But quite obvious by his statements of giving the blood to the Viet Cong. That's treason. I mean, you don't give blood to your enemy. These same people who are fighting there, the people who are supporting the Viet Cong, are the very same people who killed his brother. Now,
In your opinion?
In the facts that stand right there, a communist killed his brother. And he wants to donate blood to people who fight for communism. So it's treason.
Once again, do you really think you accomplished
Yes,
it?
I definitely do. We
You're
pointed
going
out
to go
the
home
people
tonight
here.
with a warm feeling. having
Yes,
accomplished
definitely I am. Because the people here have seen the position of Americans as deals with a man who would turn traitor to his country and make such a statement.
John.
We're here tonight to tell Mr. Kennedy that either he retract, and we're not here to tell him, we're demanding that he retract that statement and apologize to the American people, and especially our troops fighting in Vietnam, for ever having uttered it. And if he refuses, then we suggest that he donate his blood, put his blood where his mouth is, and donate his blood, all of it, to the Viet Cong. And the sooner the better. That's the best service that he could perform for the American people.
Give a pint of blood to the
We're not asking him to give a pint. We're asking him to donate all of his
What
blood.
if he gave a pint?
All of his blood.
What if he gave a pint? What would your reaction be?
We're not settling for a pint. We're suggesting that he
Would this
donate.
constitute treason?
We're suggesting. Mr. Kennedy, in Mr. Kennedy's case, he would be rendering the American people a service by donating all of his blood to the Viet Cong.
Are you satisfied with the way this little show went tonight?
I think that the point that was being made here tonight was that if Mr. Kennedy wanted to donate blood to the Viet Cong, we're here to take his blood, and we'll see to it that that blood will be sent to the Viet Cong on behalf of Mr. Kennedy. That's the best service he could render to the American people.
What's your name?
Pardon me?
What's your name?
Well, my name is Donald Lobsinger, and I'm chairman of Breakthrough. Mr. Kennedy's statement of blood to the Viet Cong is treason, and it should be recognized for what it is. And if he doesn't want to retract the statement, then let him give all of his blood to the Viet Cong, and the sooner the better. Put his blood where his mouth is. That's all we're asking him to do. He would never have uttered that statement during the Second World War, that Americans should donate their blood to the German people while Americans were dying on the beaches of Normandy nor that we should donate our blood to the Japanese while Americans were dying on the sands of Iwo Jima. If he had dared to utter that statement during the Second World War, I can mean to tell you that that man would have been strung up.
Now, you're aware that American physicians in the Army do treat enemy soldiers. What if they need blood transfusion?
That's humanitarian. That's very humanitarian. I think that is in order.
Wasn't
But
that really the text of what the senator from New York was saying in the quote that you are throwing back at us now?
Sir, if that was the text, that is not the understanding that at the time he made the statement. If that is what Mr. Kennedy meant when he made the statement, then we are asking him to clear it up tonight. If that's what he meant, then let him clear it up tonight.
Then there is some chance that it could have been misunderstood.
If it was misunderstood, but most people took it to mean that Americans should donate their blood to the North Vietnamese. And if Mr. Kennedy meant that, then we say that he retract the statement or donate all of his blood to the North Vietnamese,
Have a
and the
nice
sooner
dinner
the better.
tonight.
Thank you very much.
Will contend for the right to lead this nation to the threshold of the 1970s, and the program that we adopt at the convention next summer will guide our party into the second year of that coming decade. On those candidates, and on those, fourth and most important, arching over everything else, must be our quest for world peace. Not the quest for desolation, nor the stability of tyranny, but a world of diversity and progress, in which armaments and violence give way to the forces of reason and compromise, which are, after all, men's only hope for survival on Earth. These are also the forcible conflicts of death and global destruction. Peace that we can limit the spread and prevent the use of the weapons of mass destruction that still wait in bomb bays and submarines and missile silos. It is not realistic or hard-headed to meet problems or take action, unguided by ultimate moral aims or values. That is thoughtless folly, for it ignores the realities of human faith and passion and belief, forces ultimately more powerful than all the calculations of economists or of generals. Of course, to adhere to standards, to idealism, to vision, in the face of immediate demands and dangers, takes great confidence and great courage. But we also know that only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. And it is not this daring for the Democratic Party and for this country, the road to success as a party, as it surely is. We will fail our party, and what is more important, our nation and ourselves, and we will preserve the shadow of progress and security at the expense of freedom at home and all around the world. I think we will meet the challenge. Thank you very much. I appreciate very much having who's so highly regarded in the United States Senate, not only for his ability, but for his integrity. I participated in who might be the outstanding senator in the United States Senate. He had put a special row in the back for 2 or 3 of us. I didn't mind that so much because I was right in the room with the other senators, and that pleased me. And I might say I'm delighted to see also absolutely essential for a political party. Do not triumph out of gratitude or remembrance. Leadership is not an award for years of faithful service. The people will only extend their trust and their support to that party and to those men who offer goals and programs fitted to the most urgent needs of the future. Our old goals were noble ones, but they no longer suit a new age. Our old programs were effective and they were just, but they cannot meet our new needs. Our old battles were well and generously waged, but they are all over. I find people groping for answers to problems that they barely understand, searching for purpose in the midst of baffling change, of confusion, and of danger. We are losing the young, and we know that purpose is more than economic progress, more than an endless amassing of worldly goods as individuals or as a country. We are the richest nation by far in the history of the world, yet neither national spirit or purpose can give us personal satisfaction if it is measured by the Dow Jones average, or national achievement by the gross national product. For the gross national product includes air pollution and advertising for cigarettes and ambulances to clear our highways of carnage. It counts special locks for our doors and jails for the people who break them. The gross national product includes the destruction of the redwoods and the death of Lake Superior. It grows with the production of napalm and missiles and nuclear warheads. And it even includes research on the improved dissemination of the bubonic plague. The gross national product swells with equipment for the police to put down the riots in our cities. And though it is not diminished by the damage that those riots do, still it goes up as the slums are rebuilt on the ashes. It includes Whitman's rifle and Speck's knife, and the broadcasting of television programs which glorify violence in order to sell goods to our children. And if the gross national product includes all of this,